Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar and the Plague Star event is finally back. So you know what that means? You don't? Well, let me tell you. We're talking about Plague Kripath parts, Plague Zaw parts. We're talking about Arcanes, Exodia Contagion, Exodia Epidemic. We're talking about the brand new Ghoul Saw weapon and more. But let me give you the rundown. So first thing you gotta know, going into the Plague Star event, you're gonna need two things. Now you can skid on through without them, but it's best you have them. We're talking about two very important catalysts, Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst. Now you're gonna need both of these to amp up the difficulty of the event and therefore farm standing more efficiently, because that's the way you get the new stuff. So Eidolon Phylaxis, you get the blueprint from this one, down on Cetus from Nakak for just a little bit of standing, and the Infested Catalyst one, you get that from your clan dojo. Head on over to the dojo, to the biolab. Now let's visit Nakak. The components for the Infested Catalyst as well as the Eidolon Phylaxis are pretty common, so you shouldn't really have much of an issue when it comes to crafting them. Now if you head on over to Nakak, you will see he's got a brand new, well, not necessarily a brand new, but a unique section this time called Operational Supply. And now if you're wondering, no, you can't skip over this thing. You gotta listen to it. Operational Supply. This is treated as a separate faction. It has 3 levels. You can be a champion, you can be a defender, or you can be a collaborator. Of course, the highest one being champion, and you can stack up to 500,000 standing. And this is where you get your Eidolon Phylaxis blueprint. As you can see, it's only 2,000 standing, so it's easy peasy. Make sure you have at least something like 4 of each crafted for each and every single run. Now let's have a look at those rewards, because at the end of the day, this is what's important. You get yourself some fireworks thing. You get the emblem, you get some Cetus with some Radium Centrium and Heart of Nif. You get some guts from fish over here. You get the Sacrifice mod. Hey, the Sacrifice mod. This one is fantastic for your Sentinels, because this is the mod that allows them to bring you back to life. Couple this one with regen, or even better, prime regen. Absolutely insane combo. Oh, and if you got prime regen, one from the top will do it. You don't need to max it out. Now in years past, fulmination was also important, and it's still important, but now you got prime fulminations. Ah, there you go. Snipetron, is it worth building? Just for mastery. Ether daggers, is it worth building? I mean, it's a melee, it's gonna do the job, but honestly, just for the mastery points. And here we go, my friends, Exodia Contagion and Exodia Epidemic. As you can see, 5,000 a pop. And don't worry, the standing farm is actually pretty quick, and I'll demonstrate that just a tad later. Now the Ghoul Saw blueprint, here it is, my friends, the brand new Ghoul Saw, man. I cannot wait to play with this one. As you can see, it costs 4,000 standing, but that's just the blueprint. You're gonna need another 4,000 for the grip, another 4,000 for the engine, 4,000 again for the chassis, and another 4,000 for the blade. But that's not all. You gotta spend an additional 3,000 for the brand new standing. This one, from what I played so far, doesn't drop from enemies, so there you go. So in total, you're looking at 23,000 standing to get everything you need for the brand new Ghoul Saw weapon. And as before, you get the Plague parts, the Plague Zaw parts, the Kibar, the Bokin, the Kripath, and the Aklin as well. And when you're done with everything, it's still worth farming the event, because 5,000 standing, well, 3,000 standing and 5,000 credits will get yourself some yummy Forma. So this is an excellent time to stack up on some Forma. Now let me show you the actual gameplay and how best to farm the event. Bounties, yeah. Go to the door. Essentially, as soon as you come out the doors, what you want to do is have one guy go to the east side and one to the northwest side, because there are 2 potential spawn points. So essentially I'm going this way, and my teammate Victoria is going to the other one, as you can see, and the other one spawned. You got about a 50-50 chance, either the west one, the northwest one, or the north one, or the one to the east. One guy goes, okay, one player goes, gets that toxin, and then the rest of them look for where the toxin will be placed in order to make the mixture. It can be a number of different spawn points, and it's ideal when you see one, just place a mark on the map like so. Usually the mark shows up after you pull out the canister and you manage to exit the cave. Now the whole waypoint system in Warframe is a little bit on the buggy side, so do bear that one in mind. But if you want to be efficient, again, you need 2 people to split off right at the start. Here's waypoint 1. It might be here, okay? The mixture might be done here, right next to the boil, like it was last time.
It is second one.
There's a second one on waypoint 4. Fantastic. This is the second possible mixture point. Right here. It's still best to mark them just in case some of your teammates don't know. We're gonna find out soon which one we need to use. And it's neither! It's the third one over here. This is a third possible mixing location. As you can see, they're pretty close to one another, so I know you guys want to be efficient, but honestly, it's just gonna be a couple of seconds here and there, so you don't really need to worry about it. When you're here, what is very important, you go up to the mixture, like so. You go into your gear tab and you slot in 4 Infested Catalyst and 4 Eidolon Phylaxis. If you take a look at the lower left part of the screen, you will see somebody already put in 4 Eidolon Phylaxis, but no Infested Catalyst. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, somebody put in 2. Nice. And that's the way you pump up the potency of the mixture so you get the maximum amount of standing that you can per run. Essentially putting in 4, we're gonna be getting 4 spawns, and that's pretty much it. Of course, we're also gonna be getting 4 Hemocyte Cystoliths, which you can use in your dojo to make the whole trophy and all whatnot. We got tons of them littering the place all over. You can show off how many times you did the event and all whatnot. At this point, it's AoE everything down. I mean, it's pretty simple, straightforward. The enemies are super low in level, so a Revenant is more than enough just to spin for the win. He's also got a brand new skin. Get it, spin for the win. I'm sorry, I apologize. And that's pretty much it for the for the mixing phase. Of course, any AoE Warframe will do the job just fine, just so you don't necessarily need to worry about it. In terms of team composition, you can go for loads of team compositions, okay? One will be better than the other and so on. I like to have at least one AoE frame, just the AoE infested trash down without any issue. You can bring a Saren, you can bring a Revenant, you can bring Nidus, he's brand new prime, yes, Nidus definitely. Punch Atlas is amazing here as well. Try a Punch Atlas, he's fantastic. The reason why we got a Loki, you will see in the next part. Bring a Wisp for her buffs, especially the fire rate. Wisp is always good. And we also got an Oberon for the armor stripping on the boss. Now the boss is basically Lefantis, alright? So treat him as Lefantis because he essentially is Lefantis. And we're going to be using Oberon to strip that armor. Did I miss anything, my friends? Did I miss anything?
Nope. I don't think you did.
I don't think you did. Yeah, that was good.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome, man. Just gonna spin for the win, maximum spin. Oh, and if you guys enjoyed this Revenant build and you're curious, dude, how is he doing that? He's not running out of energy, he's killing everything. Oh my god, what is that? Link in the cards right now for a full and detailed guide on my comfort pick, Revenant. It's the same build I've been using for years, and honestly, he is one hell of a Warframe, one that I highly recommend. There are a number of ways of building him. This is Ballerina Revenant. Endgame Revenant is one free Revenant, but this is the Revenant I enjoy playing more. And from my point of view, from up until level 120, 130 content, this is the more efficient Revenant. Past that, for super high level, you want to go one free Revenant. Alright, we got it, it's done. You want to pick up the mixture as fast as you can, then we're going to get another point on the map. You can look for it with your teammates, but honestly, it's hard to spot the little drone. You're going to have to get a little drone, put it into the little drone, and then the little drone that you see here will take it to the spawning point of the boss. Now, of course, this is an unnecessary step, but what you can do, you see my friend Sober667 over there as the Loki, he just teleported, boom. You can use a Loki to teleport this goddamn thing because it moves super slowly. And if you want to win a little bit of time, what you can have is a teleport Loki, simply teleport it, keep teleporting it in front, and that's how you can win a little bit of time. It's not 100% necessary, but again, you will be just that tiny bit more efficient. As you can see, my Loki keeps teleporting the drone forwards like that. There it is, up in the air. I do note that sometimes it bugs out. Okay, sometimes the drone bugs out, sometimes he gets stuck into a wall, and then is where Loki really earns his money. Now also, I would say that the Loki should also be in charge, but any one of you can be in charge of stunning the boss. When he opens his mouth, oh look, he's stuck. Look at this. Okay, no, it's okay. He went under. It's fine. Fantastic. When the boss opens his mouth, you can use something like a Rhino Stomp to stun him. You can use a Nova. Nova works fantastically well for this as well. Or you can do what I do. Tell him, Sober. Tell him how you stun the boss. Tell him.
Zenuric node, which gives you 80% slow on Void Blast.
So basically, Zenuric Void Blast, 80% slow, and you can simply use that. Is it as efficient as a Nova or a Rhino? Yes or no, depending on your taste and how you actually play the game, but to be honest, it actually opens up a slot for a Warframe. Instead of having to take one dedicated stunner, you can just have a Zenuric Blast that any Warframe can have. And I think that's pretty much it. As you can see, when you reach the point, when the drone finally reaches the point, and this is why you have a Loki for the teleport again, this phase actually takes quite a bit of time, the infested will spawn and you will get an infestation marker in the left part of the screen. You see, this was stage 3, we're going to stage 4. And the boss will be spawning at 25, 50, 75 and 100% if you put in all the phylaxis and all the infested, whatchamacallit, I forgot, what's it called? Infested,
Catalyst.
Catalyst.
infested catalyst and eidolon phylaxis. Essentially at this point you want to AoE stuff down as fast as you can. Again, a Saren, a Nidus, of whatever you guys prefer when it comes to AoE frames. The enemy's level is negligible. Now, the boss's level will go up depending on how many Eidolon Phylaxis and Infested Catalyst you put in, but the first ones are super low level, so what you want to do is have your team kind of like everybody has one hit to knock down. The weapons you should build for fire rate, definitely you want fast firing weapons, and I will show you why that is in a second. As you can see, the Infested purge 25%, and we're gonna go for the first head, first the boss. Green, blue, yellow is usually the way to go. Oh great, I just reloaded, amazing. And the blue one's dead, and the yellow one is now dead, and that's pretty much it. This was the low level one. The next one is gonna be higher level, and the next one higher level, and so on and so forth. As you can see, it's pretty quick, it's not really all that hard. Getting back to weapons, however, have a fast-firing bullet hose weapon. I'm talking about Tenora, I'm talking about Soma Prime, I'm talking about Prisma Gorgon, or in this case, I think a pretty smart idea is to go for something like the Tenant Flux Rifle. It has fantastic fire rate, fantastic magazine, is hit scan basically, so go for that one. Build it for fire rate. Keep in mind that this guy is immune to status effects, and if you have somebody to remove the armor, then just build 90s radiation. One more time. Open up. Stunned, armor removed, easy mode gameplay every day. And done. Make sure you have your Ficus buffs as well. I'm talking about Wisp buffs for the fire rate, for everything. And that's done. Now this is a pretty efficient way of farming. You can further optimize the recipe as is, but to be honest, it's pretty quick. I mean, past this point, you're only really gonna be getting minor increases. Keep in mind to have the Kavat buff. Kavat buffs. Have the Kavat with you. I'm talking about, of course, the Smita Kavat for the charm buff. If you get lucky towards the end, or at any point, you can get double the loot, like double the Hemocyte Systolic, so you can make even more trophies in your dojo. One more time. Get ready and go. Armor removed, super quick damage. It's important to have a quick reload on the weapon as well. And the second one. And done. Third one's down. Was it the fourth one or the third one? Third one. It was 75%. Now we're going to the final one. Make sure to spin for the win. Here we go, guys. One more. 99%, and the final one is spawning. The last tips I can give you, like when you see somebody spawn, when you see one of the boss phases come in, it's level 75 now, by the way, as you can see. Make sure you have a full magazine. Sometimes that catches me out and I lose a couple of seconds. And done. If you have a fast reload, you are also able to reload between heads.
Also, there's a possibility of Kavat giving you the auto reload,
Absolutely, that too.
which is like great.
Now we hiccup there on the final one, but it's okay. There. Done and done.
And that
Make sure to grab the loot. The loot drops on the ground. You gotta pick it up. And after you do that, hustle back to Cetus, and that's pretty much it. Now the completion time for us was what? 11 minutes? Something around 11 minutes. You can improve this. You can get it to under 7 minutes if you so desire. But it gets to a point where it gets stressful to rush past a certain point. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have plenty of time to farm the event, get all your Forma, get the Ghoul Saw, all of those fantastic goodies. One thing that I did forget to mention, guys, if you manage to do it with 4 hemosites, just like we showcased, you're gonna be getting yourself around 3,100 standing. What you wanna do when you get back to see this, go to Nakak. You know Nakak, right? And Nakak will swazdula you. As you can see, he is continuously swazdulaing me, and I cannot skip this transition. God damn it, D! And what you want to do is go to operational supply, then you're gonna get to see your standing. I got 9,550 out of 500,000 almost. You can rack up 500,000 freaking standing. Maximum rank is free of champion. For example, now Papa can buy Ghoul Saw blueprint. Now of course, buying just the blueprint itself is not gonna be enough. You're gonna need a total of 23,000 standing, because you need the Ghoul Saw blueprint. You need the Butcher's Revelry, that's the stance, okay? It's the stance for the brand new Ghoul Saw. You're gonna need the grip, you're gonna need the engine blueprint, you're gonna need the chassis blueprint and the blade blueprint. All of these will be totaling 23,000 standing. You saw us do that mission in about, what was it, my friends? Let's say we did it in 12.
11 minutes.
Okay, fine, 11 minutes. We did it in 11 minutes, and you can further optimize that if you want to. And it gave 3,000, right? So I'm just gonna take 23,000, like so, divided by how much we got, 3,100, yeah? 7.4. 7 runs and a half. Okay, so basically you're gonna, let's say you're gonna need 8 runs total. 8 runs at 11 minutes. Alright, that's gonna be 88 minutes. That's an hour and a half. Not even an hour and a half. So basically, in an hour and a half, you can get the 23,000 standing necessary for the Ghoul Saw and all its components. And I think that's pretty much it. Bye for real this time.